What is up, guys? Scar coming at you with another Magic the Gathering video. In today's video, we're going to be diving into a deck. It's Golgari Aggro. Golgari kind of got an interesting combo of some low-cost cards that I feel like are surprisingly very good. The Fiend Astisan being one of them. He is pretty awesome. He is one of those things that, with the mechanics of getting things into your graveyard, he's a way to take advantage of getting creature cards into your graveyard. And eventually we kind of get some cards that we can take some of those things out of our graveyard and put them onto the battlefield later in the game as we develop, get into the mid to late game. Overall, the deck has some pretty strong cards. Besides the Fiend Assassin, there's a new Bounty Hunter. He's also pretty good, not to be confused with Dog the Bounty Hunter or anything like that. But overall, the deck, from what I've gathered, has played fairly well. I did just get done before I start recording this video, just playing a very intense matchup where eventually I kind of got to my kill spells and was able to kill certain creatures against a particular person because they were playing the human decks, and I was trying to get rid of their guy that makes all their legendary humans indestructible to kind of get rid of their general. And finally I just overwhelmed them with board presence and they kind of had to scoop up, and I won that game. But other than that, guys, let me know what you guys are thinking of Ikoria. I think overall the set as a whole has been pretty interesting. I know a lot of people are still just playing like the decks that were meta before the set came out, as if like the set didn't come out, maybe adding in a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but nothing really too crazy. Like no one's playing, like, you know, the meta hasn't shifted to, other than I think that that octopus deck. I can't think of the thing. It's the 2 black or blue and 4 colorless companion guy. Bant, I know Bant plays it. It's pretty much, that's like the only deck that I think has really come out of here that really focuses on one of the new Ikoria cards to really make the deck work. It's been fairly popular from what I've seen, based on what videos I've seen on YouTube and various things I've seen posted online about like certain tournaments and FNMs and things like that, where people are playing this from their stay-at-home FNMs. But other than that, guys, let me know what you think about the set as a whole down in the comments below. Let me know what some of your favorite cards maybe you've been playing. But let's get into the deck and kind of like go over it and kind of give you an example of what we are going to get into when we hop into the arena. Alright, so guys, here is the deck. It's a 60-card deck like always. Nothing super fancy when it comes to swamps, forests, or anything like that, but some of the things may have changed a little bit based on what you may be used to in the Golgari setup. So we're going to be playing 4 Abro Grazers, trying to ramp up a little bit because this is pretty much our only real true ramp spell to help us get more lands on the battlefield sooner. It will help us in these aggro matchups where if a person gets a lot of board presence, we kind of can ramp up some of our bigger things sooner than maybe our opponent can, to kind of slow them down. We got the Mire Triton, another good solid card, 2-cost Death Touch guy who drops some stuff into our graveyard. We gain a little bit of life, especially good against red aggro, kind of give us a little bit more life. And also the Death Touch is pretty sweet, so you know we can pretty much kill anything as long as it doesn't have first strike with this card. Then you got Cheville, Bane of the Monsters, pretty solid. I actually, as much as he's a 1/3 with, I think the secret is Death Touch. So if you know you may have to sacrifice him to a particular creature at the beginning of your upkeep, you can put a bounty counter on him. He's out of the range of shock, so your opponent can't shock him down. The only thing they really can do is play a Lava Coil. Other than that, this guy's pretty solid. The cool effect with him is whenever a permanent opponent controls with a bounty counter on it dies, you gain 3 life, you draw a card. So pretty solid. If you kind of combine that with the Murderous Rider, we can kind of cancel out to the life lost from it and gain 3 of that life back and draw a card out of it. So pretty solid. But like I said, even against the mono red matchup, if they don't have another Fervent Champion out, he pretty much eats a Fervent Champion, kills them. You can put bounty counter on the Fervent Champion, and pretty much, you know, you get the benefit of him staying on the battlefield afterwards, as long as they don't shock him, of course. Then this is the meat and potatoes, the Fiend Artisan, 2-cost 1/1. Looks a little weak for a 2-cost card, but later in the game, especially when you start dumping some things into your graveyard, he does get pretty beefy. I think the highest I've gotten to is like an 8/8 or a 9/9. And he has a secondary ability where you tap X, tap a black or a green, sacrifice another creature, search your library for convert mana creature card with X or less, put that onto the battlefield, then search your library, activate his ability anytime you can activate a sorcery. So pretty much what this is maybe he's not too strong yet, maybe you don't want to force him out, but let's just say you have something like, let's just say Abro Grazer with nothing going on here. So you sacrifice him to your Fiend Artisan. Let's just say you tap 2 and 2 for the X, and then this, you can either get another Fiend Artisan, maybe you want a Cheville to get some bounty counters, or maybe you want to get a little bit bigger, maybe it's later in the game but you haven't really gotten anything. You know, you search your library for a creature card. Let's just say we want to get another 3 Apex of Death, 6 cost. Maybe we just want to get him on the battlefield. He's also pretty solid. He's a 5/5 for 5 lifelink death touch. Maybe you want a Gem Razor, another good card. You know, it's a 4 cost, 3 mutate, also 4/4. Whenever this creature mutates, destroy our artifact or enchantment opponent controls. Solid card. Questing Beast, you know, that's a very solid card. Cavalier of the Night, if you really want to sacrifice a creature to kind of kill something. Cavalier of Thorns. There's a lot of good creature cards. You could definitely use his secondary ability, but really, as you get later in the game, he is going to become one of our stronger creatures. They're just going to swing at face against our opponents. Then you got the Skull Prophet, another good card that either is a mana producer. It's a little bit of a weak body because his toughness is kind of small, but the benefit of him having either add black or green and or taking the top 2 cards of our library and dumping them into our graveyard, pretty solid, especially if we're trying to pump with that Fiend Artisan. You know, he's swinging in for the Fiend Artisan. Maybe they don't pay attention, realizing that he has another ability other than pumping making mana. You swing in, tap him down, drop 2 cards in your library. Next thing your Fiend Artisan goes up a +1/+1 or +2/+2, depending. If you get lucky, you get 2 creature cards in the graveyard. Pretty solid card. Murderous Rider as one of our kill spells to destroy target creature and or planeswalker. Pretty solid. Combine that with a Cheville if you know you're going to use this on a particular creature. You put the bounty counter on one of your opponent's creatures that you know you're going to kill with this spell. Boom, gain one life, draw a card, kill a creature. Pretty solid, kind of decent return. Then you got the Dirge Bat, another good card, 4 cost, 3/3 flash flyer, so you can play him anytime instantly as a flyer blocker. The other benefit of him is whenever this creature mutates, destroy target creature or planeswalker opponent controls. Yet again, it's just like the Merc Rider, but we don't lose the life, and it has flash, so I think we can mutate, I believe, at instant speed. I haven't actually played around with the mutate. In a large way. I don't know exactly if the creature has flash, can I mutate with flash? I'm not 100% sure. From what it seems like, if it doesn't have flash, I know you can only play it on your turn from what it seems like. But this is a pretty solid card. Get this. The mutate's expensive, but if we get this guy on the battlefield, like at the end of one of our opponent's turns on turn, you know, their turn 4, get him out. Maybe we have something cheaper. We can mutate onto him, make our opponent now destroy that thing. Boom, good to go. Like I said, the Gem Razor is actually one of those good cards that we can use to throw into a Dirge Bat. It only costs 3 to mutate, or 4 for a 4/4 with Reach and Trample. Solid card. Questing Beast, it's another good staple card for the Golgari. It's a 4 cost, 4/4, Death Touch, Haste, Vigilance. Can't be blocked by things power 2 or less. Combat damage that be dealt to creatures you control can't be prevented. Or combat damage that would be dealt by creatures you control can't be prevented. Which actually, secretly, I believe this is good. I don't think our opponent realized this. So if a creature has protection from a particular color or cost or whatever it is, and you have a Questing Beast that's actually going to deal damage, technically protection from a color prevents damage, but if Questing Beast is out in the field, protection doesn't technically work because combat damage that we dealt by creatures you control can't be prevented. So this actually still goes through regardless of the protection. I know it sounds weird. It happened to me when I played against this person, and this is now the reason why I realized why this happened. So very, very interesting thing. So they can't use the protection of color and kill Questing Beasts and not have their thing actually be not killed. Then you got some Verascas to kind of destroy some things. Also sacrifice a permanent that maybe we want to just get rid of to kind of just draw a card and gain a life. Cavalier of the Night. Same thing, enters battlefield, we can sacrifice a creature, we can destroy target creature and opponent controls, kind of like another extra kill spell. Get a lifelinker, 4/5, as well as we can, if he dies, we get a card with converter cost 3 or less back onto the battlefield. Like, let's just say your Fiend Artisan got killed early in the game, this guy dies, boom, your Fiend Artisan's back, and because now this guy's going to the graveyard, Fiend Artisan now is 1 bigger than maybe he was earlier. If it's later in the game, maybe he's even larger, who really knows. Cavalier of Thorns, a very solid 5 cost card. You know, adds an extra land for that little bit of extra ramp, and then whenever you die, you may put a target card from our graveyard on top of our library. You know, you can put a Fiend Artisan back on top of your library, very, very solid. Then you got Nethroi, I'm sorry if I'm butchering this, or Biollante, the plant beast form. It's just one of the Godzilla cards. I actually think this thing looks really cool. I'm not a big fan of the name, of course, of what it is, but I think the art is really awesome. But pretty much this is a 6 cost, 5 cost, Golgari mana, 2 colorless, Death Touch, Lifelink, and whenever this creature mutates, return number of target creature cards with a total power 10 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. So this is where it gets interesting. Because our Fiend Artisan is in the graveyard, his he doesn't get the bonuses, I believe, from, you know, how many cards are in the graveyard to him. So you return to 1/1 Fiend Artisan and you get a couple other things. Boom, next thing you know, you get like 4 or 5 things on the battlefield instantly, and your opponent's probably like, what? And nothing, like, in all essences, nothing we really play is super duper like powerful, other than maybe our Cavalier Thorns or Cavalier Knight. So this actually could get quite a bit of what we play early game back onto the battlefield. It definitely can flip the board completely. Definitely, I think, won me the one game like I was talking about before, and I think it kind of threw our opponent. We got very wide on our opponent, and our opponent really couldn't use their indestructible creatures to pretty much prevent the damage. Then you got the Great Henge, 9 costs. It costs X less, where greatest among power creatures you control. Combine that with the Fiend Artisan, this thing can be pretty cheap. Opponent benefit of it is you tap 2, make green, gain 2 life, and then whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield, you get a +1/+1 counter on it and draw a card. Overall, that kind of wraps up it's just a one of, it kind of wraps up, seals the deal kind of thing, just kind of makes our creatures that's a little bit tougher when they come out of the battlefield. Castle Lock Thwain to kind of draw some more cards from our library for our hands, getting a little bit light since, you know, Golgari doesn't have really any card draw. Some swamps, some forests, Overgrown Tombs, Temples of Milady, and Fable Passages. I always forget whenever I make decks that I never swap out the swamps and forests for the fancier arts, but it is what it is. We're gonna roll with it. Let's kind of see how this goes into some matches. Let's get into it. Now, I would say this deck isn't as aggressive as, say, like maybe a mono red aggro. It is going for that more that mid to late game on our opponent. So if we get more of those early game aggro decks, we gotta just kind of prevent until we can kind of build up our board presence and kind of hopefully take our opponent out. I switched up the Planeswalker, of course, because you know, Elspeth is last set, and that didn't really seem very, you know, this color form for this color setup we're doing. I guess we will play Temple of Majesty, Scry, land. I have 2 lands. Maybe I'll get another, just to be on the safe side. So at least we know we get to 4 mana. The goal is probably at least 5. So we will go black mana, profit. So we got green white with a little bit of light game, so interesting. Our opponent's probably looking at this and it's like, oh my god, 3/1. Okay, so they're playing some sort of Golgari with a little bit of stuff. I guess we'll play Lock Thwain, play this, and say go. No attacks. I think at end of turn I'm gonna actually dump 2 cards. End of their turn I'm gonna dump 2 cards into the library, kind of see what goes on there. They're probably looking at my cards and be like, I do like their shark sleeves though. I think I have them actually from pre-ordering this stuff, but I never really look at my sleeves. And I bought these goblin sleeves because I thought they were really cool. Ooh, fancy land. Enters battlefield, draw 3 cards. Whenever you cast a spell, lose 1 life. Push and blessing becomes target of spell, sacrifice it. Interesting. That's fine. I'll let you draw. So it's a kind of interesting thing. I wonder if they have to get rid of it. Pass 2 attackers. My turn. Let's do this. That's perfectly fine. Dump a card in the graveyard. They're probably like, oh, man, nice. They got rid of one of their Fiend Assassins, ended up in the graveyard. It kind of froze. Unless our opponent is like, oh. So what we could do next turn is we can play Overgrown Tomb, take 2 damage. We can put that on there. This is where it gets interesting. We'll Fable Passages so we don't take life. Activate the ability. We will get, I think, an additional green. The client's getting a little wonky there. It kind of threw me off. Let's just have our mana for this. Play a Fiend Assassin. Great part is he's not legendary. Now I need him to and you know what? Because that's gonna untap, we might as well kill it now. I was thinking like I'll wait till their turn, but I'm like, wait, never mind. That thing actually will get hexproof again, so we can't target it. So now they're back down to 3. So I feel like that was a very strong turn. We got our Mothra looking yay, so hopefully we can flash him in next turn. Oh, they got blue mana, so they're playing 4 color fires, 4 color fires. Interesting. I wonder what they're gonna play. Alright, they're playing 4-color fires enchantments to get... Alright, gain 3 life, awesome. That's perfectly fine. Legendary, so I can't play another one. What do we want to do here? We can mutate? No, we can't mutate. We can mutate. We'll pay 2 life, get this in. We will mutate this onto this. Under, right? Under. We'll swing in. So, worst case scenario, they have to sacrifice their fires. Best case scenario, they're getting desperate, I think. I mean, that helps me because I can play another Fiend Assassin. I think they're thinking of, crap, I don't have another enchantment to sacrifice. Okay, they got second fires. So what are they gonna get a second of for that? Maybe another nope. Alright. Got another magnetic thing. Let's play Fiend Artisan. We'll play this into there. And this to that. Let's take So, I mean, it kind of upsets me when, other than, the only thing I've seen in this deck so far that's new is just this tricolor land. It kind of upsets me that no one's really been trying anything super crazy for the new set. So that's like a little like, huh? You know? It's one thing that's a bummer when people like aren't really messing around. Like, let me just play something that's somewhat meta. So that's one spell. They didn't draw a land unless they haven't played a land. So they're trying to ramp up, I guess. I'll take 6. Okay, they're gonna get something cost 4. So they're just gonna they're gonna refill their hand back up with stuff? I guess to sacrifice to their thing. Okay, they got a Thassa in their graveyard. So the whole point is to dump stuff in their graveyard, it looks like, to then eventually get stuff. They probably have... They probably have something to... You know, I just realized I probably could have tapped him down and actually would have utilized his tap down ability and actually brought something out to the battlefield. Not thinking about it. Because the one thing is he has Thassa. I bet you 10 to 1 he has, what's his name? The Agent of Treachery. They usually go hand in hand when it comes to that type of stuff. I mean, I'm not upset that I have no cards in hand because I do have Castle like Thwain. He's looking at it. So I could have played something that could have killed something. He's gonna attack 6 in the air, that's fine. I have faith that I can get something. Getting something for 3. Didn't get anything? He sacrificed and didn't choose to get anything. That's interesting. Oh man, that kind of sucks. That just dies. He's just gonna attack 6 in the air again. It's like I attack for 2, gain 2 life. What does that do me now? That puts me at 14. We're gonna do no attacks and end turn. See, he's up to 7 mana, so he's just waiting for Agent of Trench. He's just literally waiting for Agent of Treachery mana, to be quite honest. Watch. Come on, play the Thassa, then play the Agent of Treachery. I know you have it. Come on. It's like, you know you have it. Just play it. Oh, maybe not. Interesting. It's actually very interesting. I'm actually gonna tap this. Numb 2 cards. It's actually gonna help me. Ooh, it's a 1/1. So he's just gonna dig now for his Agent of Treachery more than likely. I'm just gonna get out of this game because there's no point in me playing. Because all he's gonna do is just try to combo out. I don't know, I'm just looking for some originality when it comes to this type of stuff. And unfortunately, we did not get it there. So, it is what it is. You know, some people just want to play like one card that's new. I mean, my deck is not 100% all, you know, Ikoria, but it is like more of a new concept. I think I ran against literally a mono red deck that's like, you know, just that staple mono red deck, and I'm like, it's like, you're not bored of that? Just like playing like general matches. Like, we're not even playing ranked, but you just want to play mono red. We go first. I actually kind of like this hand, except for the fact that we don't have a land that comes into play untapped. Crap. But I like the Mire Triton. Part of me says no, but a part of me says keep it. Maybe we get lucky. I think I Milady here. We Temple a Milady, even though we don't get to play the Grazer. Or we Fable Passage. I mean, either way, lands come in and play tap next turn. We'll Fable Passage here. I don't really know why it didn't just crack it, because it's part of me's like, the classic would be never this action. Crack it at the end of your opponent's turn because of RNG. Give our deck a crap. Give our deck a shuffle. Alright, we'll keep that. That's fine. Part of me wants to play the Grazer, but it's mono green. We don't need it. Maybe we'll play the Grazer when we have a target for it. Simic Flash. I think it's Simic Flash. I mean, hopefully they're playing some of the new cards. I'm really hoping. Maybe it's not Simic Flash, and it's like, I don't really know. I can't even think. We'll play this. That's fine. Okay. Some of the typical Simic decks. I just don't know if it's Flash or if it's like Simic Ramp. That's the real big thing. Got one green open. Okay. Grazer. Okay, they're probably playing another land. Yes. Okay, so we got Rampage, so we're probably playing Simic Ramp, just because of the cards we got here. Simic Ramp probably doesn't play that. Crap. So we'll play this. And I guess we'll play our own Razor. Nah, we won't waste Razor yet. I'll attack in, maybe he'll block, maybe he won't. I don't really know. I mean, it's a 0/3 wall that doesn't do anything. The one thing I've come to the realization this deck does, Simic, Ramp. Okay, Simic Ramp and Interesting. Interesting indeed. Temple of Milady. So I think the play here is to play Milady. I like the Fiend Assassin. It only has 2 counters, but it's not a bad thing. Yeah, we'll just pass, because I can't really get through that. I mean, he probably won't block if I attack him with my Mire Triton. That's fine. He's gonna kind of like brainstorm real quick. That's still fine. Doesn't count as drawing, or maybe it does count as drawing. I don't really know. Because it didn't, the counters didn't go up. Okay, there we go. I was like, does it count? Oops. Why oops? End of turn. We'll do that. I think the play here is actually to Cavalier, so we can block his guy, and just play tabs. Just more things for, more targets for, Fiend here. I think the play is if we get Fiend out and he gets to stay out, we could probably sacrifice like the Mire. All right, he's going for he's really going in for these 8/8s here. Really going for the 8/8s. Scry in here, trying to get some good cards, I guess. 2 on the bottom, so he doesn't like to stop. His top would probably been more lands. Okay, another Uro. Open for a land, I guess. Land? No land? No land. Oof. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. Pay to life? Pay to life. We will... It's only a 6/6, so that makes my... Crap, I don't want to do that. Oh man, that sucks. That's... Oops. I guess we'll do this then. No tax. Okay. I should have done this differently because I feel like I could have gotten him, even I could have paid a little bit more mana, but I could have gotten him out for 1 more. That's fine. Does it get sacrificed or just move the counters? So this is actually a very interesting deck. It's a draw a lot of cards. Though I hope our opponent has like a mill protection kind of thing. Remove 8 counters. And then you get an 8/8. So definitely very, very interesting. Though our opponent's in like a weird, we're like in a weird stalemate resolve. As much as the 8/8 is big, he can't really attack above. You can attack him, maybe hit for 5, but it's not like him needing to really do that. Full Grazer. Yeah, I don't want to attack. So I think end of turn, it's fine. Counters. He's probably gonna play a Uro. Is he gonna attack? What I'll probably do here to do just a little bit of combat tricks. Wait, oh, it's a sorcery, never mind. Yeah, it's fine. We'll prevent the damage, let the Grazer die. On top, 1 bottom. Ooh. I messed up. Enters tapped. Has mana open, no hand. Okay, so we got something here. It's like, did we Fiend here? What am I looking for? Another kill spell? Or... I'm not really worried, I think, about the air right now. We gain 2, or 3. We'll play another one of these. We'll crack this. Get in a green, I guess. I feel like I need a Nissa. I feel like that's the one thing this deck is missing. It's probably a Nissa. Razor. This. And we'll get a Scry. Done. I think we're gonna be too wide for him, to be quite honest. Even with his 8/8s, I don't think that's gonna be enough, to be quite honest. I think we're wide enough here. Even if he draws enough, I think we're too wide. Like, as much as he's gonna get enough counters to probably make 2 8/8s. I think at this point we're just our board's too big. Also, he has yet to play. He plays Setessan Champion, I think, as a good idea, but it's like he doesn't have anything to go with it at the moment. So I think what I'm gonna do. That's fine to gain 4 life. Or yeah, 4. Another 8/8, that's fine. Yep. I feel like this hand was all backwards. So I like the concept. It's just I don't think... Yeah, I think he realizes he has to hold back. I'm just trying to think. I have something for 5. What do I have in my grave? Oh, you know what we should do? Do I have another one? Crap, do I have another one of these? I think I do. No, I don't want to do that. Yeah. Let's sacrifice one of these guys. Let's let our opponent go. I think I may have just overdid it, but I don't think he can draw enough to get more 8/8s out. The other thing too is I can legit just like come down with my jet touches, so he really can't do anything about the 8/8s. And I can shoot down his 4/4, so he's not going over. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I can see my things, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then that would leave. This is tough, I think, for him. And there's these guys, so 3. Fine, fine, fine. Yep, yep, yep. He doesn't attack here. If I was him, I would not attack here. Because everything gets shot out of the sky. Or at least one of his things gets shot out of the sky. There's a 0. So he's a card short from possibly, I don't know. My resolve is, my thing is to do this. I could do this just to pump these up just that little bit more. Now, if I had a way to, like, add trample to this, oh my god, that'd be great. Alright, you gotta draw a spell, because you need to, like, draw. Alright, just an extra blocker. Castle, Quest and Beast, Mire, these are 12 12s and 13 13s. I think we just go all in. 13 attackers, all in. Why not? He has to block it, I think. I think he's trying to strategically, like, do this, but I think he has to block all my big guys. I think I have too many big guys to, like, let this go through. That has Death Touch, that's fine. Like, there's still a 12 12 and a 13 13 that need blocking. Interesting. I'm kind of curious because 3 6 3 6 he's gonna be low. I don't think it's lethal. I think, or maybe it's lethal. This is where it's gonna get really weird in 2 seconds. Because this something weird's gonna happen. I don't mind taking the 3 damage I'm gonna get, but I'm gonna bring this back and I'm gonna mutate it. He's at 2. I know he can't kill me, so that's fine. Unless he's mediates. Okay. Not enough green to actually make it effective. Oh, there you go. Got the draw. Alright, it's 3. He's gonna get the draw, he's gonna get another 8-8. I miscounted by 1 mana. I think if I would have had 1 more mana open, I would have been fine. Also, we don't actually play this for, it's white. We play it for the mutate. Because it's all about the mutate. And we put this on the bottom of, like, one of our nightmares. I think he's trying to think if he's dead or not. Alright, he's getting some life. Just a little bit, though. Only 3. Another 8-8. let's mutate on to this. We'll put this over. We will get back the Questing Beast. Cavalier. And a Fiend Assassin. Sacrifice another creature. Let's get rid of the Aggro Brazier. Getting rid of the 7/7 in the air. I'm not too concerned about. I mean, this doesn't have haste, but might as well still play it. The lady. Let's go to combat. Go! I think that's enough. I think we're too big. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got rid of his guy there. Good game, dude. That was a good game. I'm happy about that. Yeah, we did. That was... I'm gonna be quite honest. That game was pretty nerve-wracking, to say the least. Alright, guys. So, in wrapping this up, I think overall the deck has some fun mechanics to it. I think there's some things we could kind of maybe tweak. But overall, I mean, when the deck gets going, I mean... it's pretty crazy on really what can happen. I mean, I actually really like this card in particular right here. The fact that it, what'd I do? What'd I do? Don't do it. This card changes. This card changes. I don't like breaking things. All right, let's go back this way because I break things the other way. I mean, this card right here shows its true power with its mutate. It's pretty much a 7 card that gets you back up to 10 power of creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Times that with the Great Henge, giving you the +1/+1 counters and a draw effect. On top of that, getting something like a Questing Beast, get a couple of Fiend Artisans, because like I said, they only count for 1/1s, and then they come on the battlefield and they're like 13/13s, and your opponent's like, is pretty ridiculous. But guys, let me know what you thought about the deck down in the comments below. I know I didn't play the normal amount of matches that I feel like I should have. That last one kind of took a little bit longer, but it was a very good match if you got all the way through it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought overall. Slap that like button if you really like this video. I do appreciate it. And if you really want to, hit that sub button. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.